when there are two complete sentences and we need to separate them, at that time also we need comma when we are not giving any spaces and there are two words which has to be taken together or written together, we use hyphen. Some of the words which show surprise or the sound made by human when they are surprised are called as interjections. What is declarative? It is a statement. Imperative means it is a command or request. For these sentences, to end the sentence we use full stop. Hello everyone, this is Shobita S. Aradhya, lecturer, Department of English, Vidhyaashram, First Grade College, MYSURU, the Temple of Excellence. A warm welcome to you all. And today's topic, what I have chosen is punctuation. What is the importance of punctuation? Punctuation tells the emotion in the sentence. It expresses the emotion in a sentence. So let us know which are the punctuation marks which are important and which can be questioned in your examination. Let's start punctuation. So let me start with comma. You have used comma all these years. I'll stress on those things where you need to add comma. Here the comma is used to indicate a short pause. Instead of full stop, comma is used to give a short pause. So wherever there is comma, you need to pause a little and then read the remaining part of the sentence. The comma is used to show a separation of ideas or elements within the structure of a sentence. What does this tell? The comma, it is used to show separation of ideas or elements within the sentence. It can be any idea or any elements in the sentence. It is separated using a comma in that. Additionally, it is used in numbers, dates and letter writing after the salutation and closing. You might have learned from your teachers all these years that in the letter writing after salutation, comma is very important. Yes, it indicates that after a pause, continue reading the next paragraph. Additionally, it is used in numbers when continuous numbers are there in the sentence like 1, 2, 3 and 4. So when there are numbers or dates 12th, 13th and 15th March. Okay. So at that time to separate that we use commas and importantly we use it in salutation in the letter writing. Then direct address, when we are directly addressing someone. Thanks for all your help, John. If you are thanking someone or you are telling someone to keep the book there, Ram, correct? So at that time we need to give a pause by adding a comma and then taking the name of that person. That is called direct addressing. Then separation of two complete sentences. When there are two complete sentences and we need to separate them, at that time also we need comma. Let me give you an example. We went to the movies and then we went out for lunch. So first they went to movies and then they went to lunch, right? So to separate these two sentences, what is added here? Comma is added. So it separates two sentences. So that these were the works done by them. These can be independently two sentences, but when used in one sentence, we use comma to separate the idea here. Okay. Next we'll see some examples. Here for separating lists or elements within sentences, Sushil wanted the black, green, blue shirt, or you can add and also. Okay. So here we are separating the elements black, green and blue. To separate the elements we use comma. Then separation of numbers, dates and address. So here is an example for that. I was born on 12th July 1982 or 1992. So where is the comma used? When you are using for date, it should be always after the month. After the month, you need to add a comma there. In MYSURU, the place, and where is that place? Again in Karnataka. So here also comma is used. In all these places, you must use comma. I'll repeat this for separation of date. You'll write the date, month, after month you need to add a comma and then year. If you are telling place, which is the small place and then the bigger place or which includes that place, that should come. After this place, small place or first place, you'll add a comma there. Then addressing a person, when you are talking to somebody, yes sir, no sir, thank you sir, at that time after your address and before you are telling the person's name, or if you are taking person's name, before that you should add a comma here. Then separating two persons, things or other elements, like I meant Raj, not Robin. Here two persons are separated in a sentence. I meant Raj, not Robin. So to separate those two persons in the sentence, comma is used. Then direct quotations. These are the quotations where it is directly spoken. She said, I am sorry. So this is direct sentence, correct? She said, I am sorry. So she said, after that there should be comma. If you have learned direct and indirect sentences, you will know. In those speech, in direct speech, we use comma after she said or he said, and then the remaining sentence comes in the inverted commas. Okay, so this is where we use the comma. Next, we'll go to semicolon. This is the symbol of semicolon. A dot, below that is a comma. This is the symbol of semicolon. What is the work of semicolon? Where is this semicolon used? The semicolon represents a stronger pause than a comma. So this pause is stronger than comma. How it is and where it is used, I'll tell you now. It is used to stress the close relationship between one sentence and another. When there are two sentences, so to tell the close relationship between those two sentences, we use comma. Example, John was hurt. He knew she only said it to upset him. So John is hurt. His feelings are hurt now. Why? Because he knew she only said it to upset him. Okay. So these are the two sentences, but they have relation with each other. If only this sentence is read, John was hurt, it is complete sentence, but we don't know the reason. If we read only the second part of the sentence, he knew she only said it to upset him, we don't know what happened to John there, correct? So it is telling the relationship between the two sentences. At that time, we use semicolon. One more example. James likes eggs. Jennifer does not. So here two people are there and two sentences about them. James likes eggs, Jennifer doesn't, correct? But if it is in one sentence, at that time, to show the relationship and give a stronger pause between those two sentences, we use semicolon. It was raining, the game was cancelled. So it was raining, so the game was cancelled. Both are related, but we need to give some space there. We need to give some pause there, correct? Just imagine if I read continuously, it was raining, the game was cancelled. It is difficult to understand to the listener, correct? So we use the symbol of semicolon. This is about semicolon. Next is colon, and see what is the symbol of colon. It is two dots. Okay, the colon is used to show that something is to follow. If colon is there, that shows that there is something information even after that. There will be a phrase, and after that if it is colon, then you need to understand that there is something followed by that. A colon has three main uses. There are three uses of this colon. They are, the first is after a word introducing a quotation. Usually you must have written this in your notes also, after a word and the definition. So before the definition you might have used this colon, or when you have written definition, colon, and then the definition of that particular topic, correct? So there it is used. And explanation, when some explanation is given at that time. An example or a series, if any example is given at that time also, we use the colon. And if it is a series told there, in all these cases we use colon. He was planning to study 4 subjects. Here it is colon, means there is something continuing even after that. Politics, philosophy, sociology and economics. Okay, so this sentence is followed by the other information. When there is something to be followed after the first word or phrase, we add colon there. Hope this is clear to you people. Next, the second is between independent clauses when the second explains the first, similar to a semicolon. So between two sentences, if one is independent clause and the other one explains about the first sentence, means at that time we use colon. Example, I didn't have time to get changed, I was already late. So here, which is the independent clause? Both are independent clause. I was already late, it is complete sentence. I didn't have time to get changed, it is also a complete sentence, correct? But you need to tell, or the first one explains the second one, or the second one explains the first one. At that condition, we use colon. Then the third use of colon is for emphasis, to stress something. Example, there was one thing she loved more than any other, her dog. So, which is emphasized here? Her dog is emphasized. So, we are using colon, right? Here is a note. A colon also has non-grammatical uses in time. There it is not grammatically used when you are indicating time. That is 14 hours 30 minutes. Correct? There also we use colon. Then for ratio 1:2, or business correspondence and references. In all those we use the colon, but it is not grammatically used there. But these are the three places where we use colon. One is to emphasize, and the other one when first sentence is telling something about the second sentence, and when the phrases have something followed by them for explanation. In all these three conditions we use colon. Dash. So, this is the dash. A small line is called as dash. The dash is used to make an abrupt stop or change of thought. So, when this dash is used, when there is abrupt stop or change of thought, if the first sentence is telling something and after that there is change in thought, at that time we use dash. There are two common types of dashes. Those are N dash and M dash. So, this must be surprising you because you knew only dash and hyphen. But here there are two types of dashes, N dash and M dash. N dash means twice as long as hyphen. Hyphen is a small line, but this N dash is a longer one. Okay. Then the N dash is a symbol. This is the symbol of N dash that is used in writing or printing to indicate a range or connections or differentiations, such as, see here in the year 1980 to 1945, here it is range is told. Then the connection Princeton to New York. Okay, so in these places range or connections or even the differences, to show that we use N dash. Then let's go to M dash. M dash is longer than the N dash, and M dash can be used in place of a comma, parenthesis or colon to enhance readability or emphasize the conclusion of a sentence. Okay, so where we use the M dash, it is used for to show that it is longer than comma. Pause is needed is longer than what pause is given to comma, or for any parenthesis, or instead of colon, or enhance readability. It helps to read easily and understand the sentences in the paragraph. Like, she gave him her answer no. So, here pause is more than a comma's pause. In comma, we give a small pause, but when it is M dash, we give a longer pause, and it is stressing on the reply. She gave him her answer no. Okay. So, while stressing something, we use this M dash. A hyphen is used to join two or more words together into a compound term and is not separated by spaces. When we are not giving any spaces and there are two words which has to be taken together or written together, we use hyphen. Example, part-time. Okay. So, though these are two words, it has to be separated. They mean the same. Part-time is heard or understood as one word, but it needs to be separated. At that time, we use hyphen. Hyphen is a very small dash, smaller than N dash, and N dash is smaller than M dash. Back to back. After back, a hyphen is there. After to, hyphen is there. So, this is separating the words there. Well known. Okay. Here we don't give much pause and all like comma or N dash or M dash, correct? Here it is continuously said well known, but there is hyphen in between them while writing. Next, exclamation marks. You must be knowing about exclamation marks. And what are exclamation mark? This symbol tells us it is an exclamation mark. The exclamation mark is used after interjections and after phrases and sentences expressing sudden emotion or wish. What are interjections? The word which are used as surprising are called as interjections. Some of the words which show surprise or the sound made by human when they are surprised are called as interjections. Example, ugh, why are you yelling at me? Ugh is the expression, correct? So that is expression with a sound. So this is called as interjection. We use that after all the interjections. Here we can see exclamation mark. Okay. Next, I am not. It is a sudden expression. I am not. When somebody is blaming you, you suddenly express your expression, right? At that time we use exclamation mark. Happy birthday, Ammi. So when you are surprised or you are having too much of emotion, we use exclamation mark. Happy birthday, Ammi. What a cute puppy. This is surprise or exclamation itself. So what a cute puppy. There we use at the end of the sentence. How fast you ran. When you are surprised to see somebody running fast, you use this exclamation. That birthday cake was so good. See, all these are expressions, the feeling of a person which is suddenly expressed. Again, at the end of the sentence, we use exclamation mark here. You are such a liar. Here, this is another emotion. In these sentences, you are surprised. Here, you love the puppy, the cuteness of the puppy. And here, you are excited. Here, you are angry. You are not ready to accept the blame. And here, you are frustrated. So, these are the emotions expressed. You are such a liar is disappointing. Okay. Here also exclamation mark is used. So, totally exclamation mark tells us sudden expression of feelings. Next, inverted commas. Inverted commas are single inverted comma and double inverted commas. Okay. Here these are in three: apostrophe, quotation marks and ellipsis. Here, unlike previously mentioned grammatical marks, they are not related to one another in any form. Like colon, semicolon, n dash, m dash and hyphen, they are related to one another, but these are not related to one another. And apostrophe. What is apostrophe? It is used to indicate the omission of a letter or letters from a word, the possessive case or the plurals of lowercase letters. So, it is used in different ways. And what is the symbol? This is one single comma before a letter. Okay. What is the function or what does it do? It is to omission of letters. Sometimes we omit some letters like don't, D-O-N, apostrophe T. Correct? Which word is omitted? N-O. Instead of O, we are using apostrophe here. Correct? So, here one letter is omitted. At that time, we use apostrophe. Then, or letters from a word. If any letter is omitted, we use apostrophe. The possessive case, like belongs to him. This is his book or this is Rani's book. Rani apostrophe yes. So, this is possessiveness. Belongs to him, belongs to her. When these expressions are used, we use apostrophe there. Or the plurals of lowercase letters. Plurals of lowercase letters means like we have do's, don'ts. Correct? In these, when we are making it plural, okay, at that time we use the apostrophe. Plurals of lowercase letters means the small letters are there. At that time also we use apostrophe. Examples of apostrophe: omission of letters from the word. I have seen, see here, I have, H-A is omitted there. So, instead of H-A, I have, apostrophe is there. So, you can say it in the short form also. I have seen that movie several times. She wasn't the only one who knew the answer. Wasn't. Here instead of O, was not, we are using apostrophe. and instead of two words there, was not, we make it one word, wasn't. Next, possessive case, Sarah's dog bit the neighbor. So possessive case, it belongs to her, Sarah's dog. Whose dog is that? Sarah's dog. When it belongs to somebody, we use apostrophe there. So this is where apostrophe is used for possessive. For plural, for lower case, at that time, see, 6 people were told to mind their P's and Q's. Okay, see, this is the lower case, small letter, and it should be in plural, P's and Q's. At that time, we use apostrophe and S. Here is the other case of same, Q's. Okay, then it should be noted that according to Purdue University, some teachers and editors enlarge the scope of the use of apostrophes and prefer their use on symbols like ants. There are many ants. When it is said like that, we use the apostrophe. Numbers, sevens. There are sevens in the letter. There are sixes. Correct? In cricket also we hear sixes. How many sixes were hit by the cricketer, batsman? At that time, we use the apostrophe. And capitalized letters like questions and answers, Q's and A's. Here also we use apostrophe, even though they are not necessary. Here it is not necessary. Grammatically, it is not necessary to be used, but they have come in use. So only the Purdue University people, teachers have told that there is more use of apostrophe than what it is in the grammar. Next, here is the quotation marks. Quotation marks means the double inverted comma. Quotation marks are a pair of punctuation marks used primarily to mark the beginning and ending of a passage attributed to another and repeated word for word. So, if there is something which has to be highlighted, at that time we use, and it can be to the whole paragraph or whole sentence or group of sentences. At that time we use the double inverted comma. So, if you have written some definitions and all, in that if something has to be stressed, you might have used double inverted comma all these years, right? So, that is what is called as quotation mark. They are also used to indicate meanings and to indicate the unusual or dubious status of a word. So, when we are indicating some meaning or to indicate the unusual or dubious status of a word, we use the quotation marks. Don't go outside, she said. In the indirect speech or direct speech also, we use the double inverted comma. Don't go outside. This is the direct speech, direct sentence said by somebody, correct? She said. So, here for the direct speech also, we use the quotation marks. Next, single quotation mark. The previous one was double quotation. This is single quotation, means only one mark will be there, but it is pair of mark again. Single quotation marks are used most frequently for quotes within quotes. If it is a quote within a quote, quotation, at that time we use single inverted commas. Mary told the teacher, I saw Mark at the playground and he said to me, Billy started the fight and I believed him. See, this is the quotation. I saw Mark at the playground. Till here it is one single quotation, but within that there is some quotation, that is Billy started the fight. Telling that Billy started the fight is the statement given here, correct? So, if there is one quotation within another quotation, we use single inverted commas or the single quotation marks. The ellipsis is most commonly represented by 3 periods, or although it is occasionally demonstrated with 3 asterisks. Okay, so it is 3 dots when continuously you are using. Nowadays, as we all use many social media for chatting, there if there is something to be continuously told, we use these marks, correct? If something is important, something is missing, we use asterisks. So, these are the marks which are most used in the social medias nowadays. The ellipsis is used in writing or printing to indicate an omission, especially of letters or words. So, you must be using this. When you are trying to tell something else also which is not written in words, we use these dots, 3 dots or the 3 stars. Ellipses are frequently used within quotations to jump from one phrase to another omitting unnecessary words that do not interfere with the meaning. So, as I told you, when it is not necessary to be used those words, instead of those words, we use these marks. Students writing research papers or newspapers quoting parts of speeches will often employ ellipses to avoid copying lengthy text than it is not needed. Okay, so you might have seen if the quotation is copied, first few words of that quotation is written and then 3 dots will be there. After that, the remaining will be continued, correct? So, instead of copying the whole lengthy quotation there, this method is used, that is the use of the ellipsis. Then, while omission of words, she began to count 1, 2, 3, 4 and see here 3 dots. So, until where? Until she got to 10. Instead of writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, here what we do is we write few numbers 1, 2, 3 or something, then we add the dots here. This is ellipsis which helps to know that until 10 she counted. Then went to find him, correct? So, this tells that continuation of something has to be understood there, which is understandable by the reader. Within a quotation, when Newton stated an object at rest stays at rest and an object in motion stays in motion. So, there is something yet to be told, correct? At that time, which is already known and yet to be told, we use these ellipses. So, this is where we use ellipsis. Then, question mark. Who doesn't know question mark? This is the symbol of question mark. Question mark is used instead of the full stop. For which sentences? After a direct question. It is used only after a direct question. Have you finished writing? It is a direct question. So, we use question mark. Remember, it should be a direct question only. Only then you can use question mark. She asked, are you happy to be home? Okay, direct question again. So, here is a question mark. Remember, if the sentence is in inverted commas or quotation marks, after this punctuation mark, after question paper, you have to use the quotation mark, not before the question mark or full stop. It should be after full stop, exclamation or question mark that you use the quotation marks. Did you go to school today? Okay, so it is a direct question. Then finally, full stop. The full stop is used to mark the end of a declarative or an imperative sentence. What is declarative? It is a statement. Imperative means it is a command or request. For these sentences, to end the sentence, we use full stop. It represents the greatest pause than comma, m dash, n dash, all this. Okay, greatest pause than all this means it is the end of the sentence. My sister's name is Lisa. That's all. It is a declarative sentence. So, the mark here used is full stop. The baby is crying. Sentence is over. So, it is ended with a full stop. Pick up the blue ball. Again, the sentence statement is over. So, it is ended with a full stop. The dog is brown. Again, a full stop. Remember, in examination, if you do not add punctuation marks properly, you may lose marks because this is language. In language, punctuation marks, they take very important role. And in examination, while evaluating your papers, punctuation marks are observed for every language. Keep this in your mind always. So, this is about full stop. Hope you understood all the punctuation marks taught today and use it properly in your examination and score very good mark. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.